welcome to Human Growth and Development. I just wanted to start by giving you a little orientation to what our Moodle page looks like, what our class will entail, and get you started on the right track. So this is our Moodle page, and it's organized by week, but the first section, titled Start Here, will cover the basics of what you need to go through the course, so you'll need to check back with this frequently. You should read these tips and pointers under general guidelines to familiarize yourself with them. If you have questions, right here, the help forum is a place for questions and answers among students. I encourage you to ask and answer questions here, and I will give you extra credit for participating in this forum, either asking or answering questions. You also have a final project for this class, and all of the information you need for that is under this final project information and file section. And after that, we have everything organized by week, and we'll cover about one chapter by week. Going back up to the general information, I want to make sure that you review the syllabus very carefully. I'd encourage you to print out the syllabus so that you have a copy on hand, but this is what it looks like. I've got my contact information. Email is the best way to contact me, but I also have office hours that you're more than welcome to come to if you'd like to see me in person. I'll respond to emails during the week within 24 hours, but I don't check email on the weekends. Be aware that most of your assignments are due on Sunday nights, so if you wait until Saturday to email me, I won't be able to help you. So please make sure to look at all of your assignments and start doing the work during the previous week so you have time to contact me with questions. We've got our course descriptions and course goals listed here, and this does meet some of the VDOE elementary ed and pre-K 6 competencies. I've got the textbook listed here. The newest edition, I believe, is the 6th edition. I have no problem with using the 5th edition, but there may be differences in page numbers, so be aware of that. I also want to emphasize the fact that because this is an online class, it's particularly important that you do have the textbook, because this is going to be where most of your information is coming from. We've got a lot of material, and this is an online course, and so you're expected to do this independently. Remember that you should be spending roughly the equivalent of time on this class as you do in your face-to-face classes, so at least 3 hours a week of class time plus additional outside time for reading and doing assignments. So there's 3 big things that you can do to help keep up. The first is stay on top of the material, read the textbook, review the PowerPoint and additional materials, and do these things early in the week and do them often. Next, do the discussion forum assignments. So these assignments are designed to help you understand the material, so please be sure you do them for your own benefit. And then finally, ask questions. Ask me questions early on, earlier in the week, or if you have questions later, you can use the help forum that I showed you. In terms of course evaluation, the first thing you need to do is a mandatory syllabus quiz, and you have to get 100% as long as you've read the syllabus. That should not be challenging, but you need to pass that in order to stay in the class. Okay, so next, in terms of scoring, 35% of your grade is these discussion forum assignments. You'll need to post an initial response to the discussion questions for the week by Thursdays at 11:55 p.m. This allows your peers time to read your post and respond to it. Forum posts should be a minimum of 6 to 8 sentences, and many of the prompts have multiple questions, so you need to be sure that you answer all of them. By Sunday at 11:55, you'll need to respond to at least 2 classmates' posts, and so these should be substantive responses that keep the conversation going, not just "I agree." Late posts are not accepted. Note that the discussion forums don't necessarily show up on your Moodle calendar, but these deadlines are the same every week, so it's your responsibility to remember them. Next, tests are 45% of your grade. There's 1 test for each chapter covered, which makes 14 tests total. You can only take each test once, and each test will be 16 multiple choice questions and 1 to 2 short essay questions, and all tests are due on Sundays at 11:55 p.m. And these tests cover readings as well as any additional materials such as videos that are on Moodle. And then finally, 20% of your grade will be the final project. I'll go over that more in the coming weeks. But basically, you're going to create a fake website that promotes some aspect of child development, and the details are posted under the final project section on Moodle. Please also make sure you read over these class policies and procedures closely so that you are familiar with them. Okay, going back to our Moodle page, the second really important document you need to be familiar with is this course schedule. It looks like this, and I've broken it down by week, and basically it parallels what's going on Moodle. So this tells you what you need to do every week, and I'd really encourage you to just print this off and check it off when you're finished, or save it in Notability and check it off. For the first week, we've got some introductory things to do, and actually I'm going to go back to our actual Moodle page so you can see what it'll look like on Moodle. So this is this week, our first week. The first stuff we have is the introductory forum, where I want you to introduce yourself and reply to at least 2 other people's posts. You also have the syllabus quiz, which I mentioned previously, and again, you have to take that syllabus quiz in order to stay in the class. And so once you finish those things, you can check them off on the course schedule, and then we're going to jump right into chapter 1. So for chapter 1, you're going to read the chapter in your textbook, and I also have posted a PowerPoint. I did post the textbook chapter for just the first 2 chapters, I think, just in case it takes you a bit to get your textbook, but I will not be posting them any farther out than that. Sometimes I've got links to additional resources, and they will be up here as well. You also have 1 discussion forum per chapter. So for the first chapter, it's actually less of a paragraph format discussion, but instead you're going to think about different stages of development and think about your own personal experiences, as well as developmentally appropriate activities that teachers might develop. And then finally, you'll have a test for the first chapter. So remember that for both, you have 2 discussion forums this week, so you've got the introduction one and the assignment. But both of these are due by Thursday at 11:55 p.m., your initial post, and then everything else, your responses, the tests, and the syllabus quiz are due by Sundays at 11:55. That's the basic structure and how this class will work. If you have any questions, please contact me via email, and I look forward to hearing from you and reading your instructions in the Introduce Yourself, or your introduction in the Introduce Yourself forum.